Hello. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. This is our podcast about anything and everything. And we are RedCycloneInc. This week, I'll be your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mike with the mic,
Sup, sup?
Spider Man. Do it to him, man. You know what it
Oh
is.
man,
We've been waiting for a long ass time.
about
You
three
picked up the
years.
system. You got the system. You got the game. You got the codes. You got the secrets.
Yeah.
You know
So
everything.
I got the PlayStation Pro limited edition version of the Spider-Man
Okay.
system. It's all red with the big white spider on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy with it. It runs a lot faster than my old one. Like it runs with the 5G internet, so it's faster.
Nice. Does
Didn't
it
take
make a custom sound when it come on or no? They don't do that anymore.
No, it does not. It should
Damn
go.
it. If it made that sound, people would break it because they be
Yeah.
doing it every day.
Oh man, but it did give me the the theme and all that stuff, which you can put it on and you hear the sound effects.
Okay, so I don't have many of those because I haven't pre-ordered a lot of games, but I know that's a new trend is when you pre-order a game, they give you a live theme.
Yeah,
So how is this one? Like, is it
it's just
cool or is it just like
it's kind of plain. It's just it makes the sound effects. It's just Spider-Man swinging. It's nothing like really special.
okay, cool. All right.
I'm not changing mine. I have a cool ass one. I'll send you a picture of it with my cool ass theme.
Is it a live one or is it like one you made?
It's a live one. It's a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger one.
Really? Whoa!
Yeah.
What'd that come with? Where'd it come
I
from?
found it on the damn. Yeah, I found it on the store. It was like $1 something. I
And
was
it
like, "Ooh."
like, does it come with the sound effects as well?
It has like the when you're moving the cursor to different things, you hear the watch noise.
No, please don't tell me that.
Not the whole thing. It goes.
No, but it makes the.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then it pretty much it has like a kind of a Power Ranger kind of song behind it, and you see the Rangers pop out.
really? And that's like the part of the live thing is that it constantly they pop
Yeah,
out of. Okay.
there's always a different Ranger, but it's
Oh
cool.
wow.
And I was like, you know what, I want that, and I have that as mine. That's
No,
pretty
that
cool.
actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So Spider-Man for PS4 finally came out on Friday.
It's a PS4 exclusive as far as we know, right?
Yeah,
Wow, that's odd. I'm not used to that.
yeah, because it's Sony.
I know now, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, this is the first time they flexed that muscle.
So this
All
is the
the other ones
game.
weren't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because Activision been doing their games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a
Wow.
long relationship with Activision, and then they were like, you know what, I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah. I mean, listen, um, Activision's starting to be one of those companies that I don't know if you really want to work with them anymore because they're a little too heavy into the microtransaction stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, them in EA.
Yep.
So okay, all right.
But yeah, the game so far is pretty fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving every minute of it. I'm having a lot of fun just playing the game, going through the stages. I honestly just started doing the story. I've been playing the game. I probably got a good maybe 10 hours on the game, and I mainly just been swinging it around, looking for things, looking for backpacks, just learning the game,
All
the
right.
sights and shit. And then I
Question number
just
one.
started going.
Question number one.
Yeah,
How is the swinging?
it feels very natural. Like it feels easy to do. It's very easy to move. It looks nice. It feels nice. It's just it works. And then you could like bounce off shit. You could like slingshot yourself onto a pole and then
Mm-hmm.
launch yourself faster off of that.
Yeah.
And then when you buy weapons, you buy upgrades, or you get upgrades, you swing faster and like stuff like that. But it's really nice. It feels really nice.
Second question. How's the combat feel? Because that's the thing you'll be doing a majority of the game besides swinging is beating people up. So how's that feel?
So the combat takes getting used to. The villains sometimes are like overwhelming and they will fuck you up, but
Okay.
once you get the hang of it, it has kind of an Arkham Asylum ish thing with the dodge and you go dodge and stuff like
Okay.
that.
Now here's the thing I'm seeing people start to recognize is a lot of this game really seems like a heavily modified Spider-Man 2 engine because even the fighting, a lot of people are digging it up. They had like that mechanic in that game.
Yeah,
And that predates Arkham. Like there was some elements from Spider-Man 2's combat that predate Arkham.
I will say is very similar to, you know what, this game does feel a lot like Spider-Man 2 in that sense
Yeah.
of the freedom that you had in Spider-Man 2 and all that stuff about the balloons, because fuck them
Oh
balloons.
my God. My balloon. The worst side quest ever. Just
But
because there were a
yeah,
million balloons.
but I feel like, yeah, I feel like it played a lot of part to it. If you go to a more current game, I think Shattered Dimensions were fought very similar as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it feels natural. It feels like Spider Man. Like when you fight, you do feel like you're Spider Man swinging around, like throwing people, webbing people. The web gadgets are pretty cool. Like I got the web grenade that you can just go and it'll splatter on everybody. The
Mm.
effect webbing is always great.
Do they make it easy to change up which one you use?
They have a little circle, so you press
Okay.
L1 and it goes to the new
Oh.
grid, and you can pick which one you want.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay. So
So
it's
yeah,
always so changing your gear is easily accessible.
yeah.
Just like hold the button and do it.
Exactly. Like same thing
Okay.
with the suits. You can just change your suits just by going to the menu and go to suits. You can change your suit as well.
Nice. Wow.
Um, yeah.
Uh-oh. Saying
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah. She's singing. She sings all day. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I've been on it all night, like last night. I've been playing, just catching up into it. I know Flying Grace and Lil Steven, he's pretty far into it already.
Okay,
But
nice. Nice.
everyone's really loving it. Like I'm loving the scenery, the game, the city looks beautiful, especially at night.
Hey, no, they just honking horns. I'm like, damn, they fight. Did Spider-Man go by? What happened?
But yeah, the scenery is dope. In the daytime, nighttime, when it rains, it's like that. It looks really beautiful.
Hmm.
Probably one of the best looking games I've seen on PS4, like under God of War
Yeah.
and Horizon.
Well,
It's up there.
well, see, that's the power of being made specifically for one console's,
Yeah,
architecture. You just and it's like, damn,
yeah,
we're this far in, and people are like, oh, we're going to the next generation. But then something like this, or God of War comes out, and it's like, shit, we still here for a minute, man.
yeah.
And okay, this is another thing. This is the third game because those two games you just mentioned, they both came out this year, right?
No, Horizon was last year.
Horizon was last year.
God of War was this year. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So it's only God of War. Okay, cool, cool.
But yeah, it's good to have. There's with Spider Man also, like there's it comes to fanfare as well. Like you really have to understand the character to make the damn game. That has more of like, yo, you fuck up this, we don't like you kind of thing.
Really?
No,
Wow.
as in the mentality, like Spider Man is a big character, so he has to feel a certain way, and I
But
think
does it include the origin story or no?
Not really. Like they kind of figured that what how Spider Man
How
became
he
Spider Man.
became?
Yeah,
Okay.
like the origin story. I'm fine with not being in none of these games. We know how he became Spider Man. He does
Hmm.
mention Uncle Ben. They actually have a picture on Aunt May's desk of Uncle Ben and him. So yeah, they talk about him and stuff like that. Um, I like the characters. The characters development is pretty cool. So far, I just fought Shocker and Kingpin, which is the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
I rarely moved. I've been like searching for the things and like trying to complete all the finding missions
Hmm.
and just randomly fighting villains and like getting used to the combat and stuff like that and just leveling up. But
So are there like, well, I was gonna say low level, but forgive me, but Shocker is like as low level as they get, right?
yeah,
That's what I was gonna ask
they have a
because
lot of new characters too. Like if you've been reading current comic, they added some of the
oh,
new characters. Like Dan Speedball, I think her name is. that she was trying to put. She pretty much would just live stream Spider-Man chasing her and fucking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they added her into it. There's a lot of there's a lot of characters I don't want. Like again, I have not really went through the story
Mm-hmm.
that they are probably there that I haven't seen yet. But there are also ones that like when you like Black Cat. Like I was telling you, they did a mission for Black Cat. They had to take a picture of a little cat or where she robbed,
Yeah.
and then she just talks to you and stuff like that. You don't see her just yet, but she
Don't
talks to
mention
you.
cat. The cat hit. Don't mention cat.
Exactly, she's singing.
She said,
Um, there is like some Peter Parker missions that you actually go in as Peter Parker. Mary Jane, you play as Mary Jane for a few seconds in the game.
mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. You actually play as Mary Jane. What does she do?
Just walk and pick things and shit.
Oh, jeez. That's
Because
hilarious.
she's a reporter. She became April O'Neil. I don't know when Mary Jane became April O'Neil.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I was gonna ask you that question as well. So, what is this universe? This is his own self-contained thing, or is
So it has a little more. It has a little of the comic book. It has a little of. I think this is more their own story written by Dan Slott. Like it's made for the game. This is the game universe kind of thing.
yeah?
Because like Octo Octavius actually is the one that made that white suit, the one with the white spider.
Okay.
Because right now in the game, in the beginning of the game, Peter Parker is working for Otto Octavius. Like
Hmm.
they're turning him and they're helping him making prosthetic arms and all that stuff. So he saw that Spider Man was working for Parker was working for Spider Man, and in his mind, like he didn't think that he was Spider Man. He thought he was working for him. So he was like, "Oh, you're working for him.
Oh,
I see what he does to the city. Octavius thinks he's a good guy. So he was like, "All right, I'll help you out whenever I can. Just let me know when you want help and stuff like that. Your secret safe for me." And then Spider-Man falls asleep, and then Octavius he updates the suit,
oh,
and he put the white spider, and he explains why he put the white spider and all that stuff. Like he actually explains the build of the suit.
oh. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So they flipped the story on his head. Um,
I actually like that. I actually thought like Octo Octavius being like a mentor and stuff like that actually fits, and I was like, all right, I could deal with that.
yeah, he's a scientific character. He's a scientist himself, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
It's not like
I,
Peter Parker's learning from like Mysterio or something.
yeah. Then you have Norman Osborn is in the game. He actually became the mayor of the city,
Of course he
so
did.
he's the mayor. You do these science lab things, which Harry made to help you, Peter help him with. So
Hmm.
You hear Harry's voice in the game. You don't really see him though.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things, but I also like the feel of how the New York City receives Spider-Man as well. A lot of them think he's a hero. A lot of think like him as well. So they'll comment to you and they'll say hi to you and they'll say things like that to you and everything like that.
I see you can land on the street and then they changed the function of the attack buttons to like do cool stuff with the people.
Yeah,
And so I've seen pictures that were hilarious. Or somebody put up a video of Spider-Man taking a picture of somebody taking a picture of him.
yeah,
So it's like four dudes standing around. Then it was just like a guy on a ledge for some reason. Just
yeah,
because open world games still have some jank.
yeah.
And so it was just a passerby just walking on the rail like nothing was wrong. Like, yeah, that's video games.
One other
Goddamn
thing
video
is cool.
games.
One other thing is cool is like the photo edit mode. Like
Hmm.
it's crazy because you actually have him take a selfie. And he'll actually take a selfie. You can change the eyes. Like
Yeah, I've seen it's very in depth with all
yeah.
the filters. That's actually pretty cool.
And then like if you're in midair, you could take the selfie from midair and all that stuff. It's crazy. They added a lot of things. They want you to have a lot of fun in this game, and that
Okay,
they really nailed it.
I got a question. Have they do you know or have they encouraged you to do that in the middle of a fight yet?
Take a photo.
Like of like the bosses, not the regular enemies because
I
they're
haven't.
faceless, but like
Yeah, I haven't because like I'm busy trying to fight them.
yeah. But I wonder if there's like a trophy for doing that. Like taking
um,
a picture of all the bosses.
next villain I fight, I will try.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Try it.
He'll probably
But
get mad at you or some
yeah.
shit.
Well, the cool thing is too, like say for instance, like time that I was at Mary Jane, you can actually have Mary Jane take the selfie, so she'll like set up for a selfie as well. Like they
What?
smile for the camera.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that. All right. That's
It's
pretty
not them
cool.
just straight. Like they smile for the camera. They like have a peace sign, or he has the web fingers and shit like that. It's cool.
Nice,
Game is really
nice.
fun. I recommend everyone get it. If you have a PS4, definitely get it. I did get the system, so I have a big PS4 Pro. That's 1 terabyte. It's red. It's white. Has the white spider on it. It looks beautiful. The controller I love because the buttons are white.
Hmm.
Actually, the analogs, the top buttons, and the face
Is
buttons are
it
all
the type
white.
of material that will eventually get human stuff on it though, and change color?
No,
No, really? Okay. All right. Good. They learn.
yeah.
They learn because white
It's
stuff doesn't stay white.
Yeah, it's a darker red that though than the other controller I had. It's more of a I guess the Scarlet Spider kind of. It would be a
Hmm.
little darker,
Okay.
but it's cool. And then I also got the collector's edition.
Yes.
Collector's edition has a statue of Spider-Man fighting Scorpion. Um,
Really, Scorpion?
mhm.
Why him of all people?
Well, he's in the game.
No, I know that, but why not like a more iconic? You know what I'm saying? Like Green Goblin.
Why are you hating on Scorpion?
Man.
I think they chose Scorpion because it won't spoil the game. They like
Oh,
there was like
oh.
really hush hush with the
I
final
get it.
with the sixth person of the Sinister Six, which I honestly in the book and when you open the box up, it has a thing saying spoilers. Do not read this book until you finish the game
Oh, interesting.
because you'll probably have pictures of the villain, the big
Okay.
boss and shit. And I
Okay.
was like, all right.
All right. All right. Cool beans.
It
Cool
was
beans.
cool. It came with the season pass, which the first part got announced, which would be with Black Cat, which kind of leads the story that you do with her leads into it.
Yes. All right. That makes sense.
But
Wait,
yeah,
did they say how? Wait, you said how long it's gonna be? It's like a month.
um, probably a couple months or so.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, don't wait too long, but give people enough time to finish everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really fun. I honestly played it most of the night yesterday, so I'm playing. I still have it on, but yeah, it's a great game. Definitely check it out.
All right.
I did, yeah,
Early ratings for the game. What are
yes.
you predicting?
It's a nine.
Like yours.
It's a 9 for me. Like it's everything I want for a Spider-Man game. There's some things that are like April. I don't look April. Mary Jane. I don't like Mary. I do not like Mary Jane because she's very April. She's pretty much April O'Neil, and
Yeah,
that's not the Mary Jane I know.
gotcha.
And there's they kind of have her characteristics with Gwen Stacy a lot, and not what she's actually is. That kind of bothers me as well. But that's me being the super Spider-Man fan and being nitpicky. Miles shows his face. He's in the game. They did his story a little differently as well.
I figured that. I figured that.
But yeah, it's cool to see all these characters. The character models look great. The suits are pretty dope. Um, I'm loving the Scarlet Spider suit because I unlocked it. That's probably
I
one of my
see.
favorites.
They did some work on it too. It's got like cool, like little tech designs on the arms and legs because you know how
Yeah,
the actual suit is like it's just a straight up skin tight,
yeah,
spandex.
exactly.
So they teched it up and made it look like armor with a hoodie, which is like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like
Yeah,
that.
get a hobo suit. That's pretty much what it was. He got all that from the trash. I don't know
Really? I
where
didn't know.
I don't know
Damn.
where he'll get red spandex in the trash. I wouldn't wear red spandex there
He
from the
was hanging
trash.
around the dance academies
Right?
that are downtown. That's what he was doing. Needs to stop. Ben Riley, where you at? Oh wait, he's dead. Never mind.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a fun game. Mr. Negative is probably this like his first game that he's in. He's a cool character. If you
Is
actually
he a
read,
new character, or has he been
well,
around for a while?
he started in the Brand New Day series when they remember after the whole the other and the one last day. comic.
I've only heard of it, and that
So
people either liked it or hated it.
so from the brand new day, that's pretty much what was a big relaunch, and that's when Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man comic came out. Like everything, it came out like 3 weeks a month. Like it was coming out a lot. And Dan Slots took over. That was pretty much his baby for a long time. He's been writing for at least almost 5 years, 6 years.
All right,
No, probably
what
more
year
than that.
was it that started?
Shit, I can't even think of the year. But all I know is when Spider Man did the whole deal with Mephisto with Mary Jane, and they couldn't connect.
Ah,
That's where it led to a brand new day, and that's when it introduced Mister Negative. That's when Aunt May started working in that shelter.
okay, all right.
Yeah, and that's pretty much which was run by Mister Negative, which is the character. He was actually one of the first like big. He's the first big like Asian villain that was created in a long time.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, he's a cool character.
Wait, what are his actual
He
powers though?
he kind of has like a telekinetic. Like he makes you go negative. Like he makes you go like just be negative and shit. It's like he's a mind manipulator kind of thing.
Oh, so he can't like change matter and stuff, can he?
He it depends on how what it is. Like his body actually when he goes uses his power, he goes negative. So his whole face is like black, his hair is white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, can he go through walls and stuff? Like,
No,
I don't know what
no.
does negative let him do? Does it give him some type of strength
Like
or?
he connects to characters that he could mind control most people kind of
Oh,
thing.
so that's what it is.
It's
Okay,
really
so
hard to explain his power, but yeah, he is a mind manipulation. Like he could control you, and that's shit. Like he was the one that made Anti Venom because he used his power and it hit the symbiote and changed it the opposite way. So that made the symbiote white instead of black.
okay.
He
Now I
was the he
understand what
was
you
the
mean.
yeah he was the reason for Anti Venom.
Okay, I understand
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a good villain. There's a lot of iconic villains in this, like Rhino, Scorpion. I haven't got that far yet, so all I thought was Shocker and
Okay, cool, cool.
and I like, hey, Hermie, where are you going?
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure we got when it was. It was 2008 when that started.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
So
yeah,
now and looking through all the events that took place, I'm seeing a lot of familiar stuff. I just don't remember because I wasn't actively collecting at the time, but
yeah.
definitely a lot of the art and a lot of the characters I see from Brand New Day, like, oh yeah, okay, I know what you mean. Like
So
a
that's
lot
what
of
led
stuff
it.
happened.
That was what led to Superior Spider-Man,
Yeah, yeah,
and then the relaunch of Spider-Man again after Superior.
yes. You know what? I'll be perfectly honest. I hope Superior gets his own like DLC type of thing because I want them to do a story. Yeah, that'd be great.
So I was talking about this with Little Steven. I was like, "Hi, Octavius is actually good in helping out Spider-Man. Maybe he has superior motives."
Hmm. I would not put it past him.
But the fact that he made the suit, which it made me happy with that sense. Like he's the
Yeah,
one that he did the improvements already, like the way Octavius is. And I was like, damn, that would be kind of a suit that he would make.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So I mean, they're setting some groundwork.
Yeah,
So it depends on where it ends up, but I think that would be a pretty cool thing to have, uh, maybe in this engine.
yeah.
So
I definitely see a sequel coming. They got a really good big praise. I think this went gold the first week it was out. For pre-orders and shit. So like it sold really well. I think it's the top selling game, like superhero themed game in a long time.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, yeah, Batman was like 3 years ago.
But like the advanced selling right now for like a single system game is probably one of the highest grossing games.
You know, I mean, I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of competition. There's no.
No,
When's the last superhero game?
because even back Arkham Knight did it right. It
No,
sold
no, no. But
pretty
I'm just
well.
saying, like, that's 3 years ago.
Yeah.
There's nothing in 3 years. There's no superhero games in that long.
Uh,
There has to have been, right?
that were good.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think, like seriously trying to think here.
No,
This, wow,
the Avengers. There was no Avenger game.
you're
The
right.
last movie games all sucked, which were in
You're
the
right.
last
You're right.
console. Yeah.
Damn, wow, that sucks. But they were like,
Injustice.
well, that's a fighting. All right, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Injustice.
Injustice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
don't cut it
closest
off.
thing.
Yeah, injustice. Uh
But yeah, Scott Steiner got there and stop interrupting. That's bullshit. Anyway, yeah, amazing game. Definitely play it. I'll have more review or more to say about it down the road when I actually play more of the story mode. But it's great so far. Um, I also got to play the Fist of the North Star demo. That's up on PSN. Is made by the guys that did Yakuza, and it feels like Yakuza. The combos and everything kind of feels like
oh, good,
Yakuza.
good, good. I was a little worried, so I didn't actually download it myself, but I'm aware.
Yeah.
We if you check out the Red Cyclone Inc. Twitter, you'll see that we've reposted some videos and a lot of the I don't know what you call them. They can't really call them ads. They just be putting up clips and stuff from the game,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much the best way to sell it because it's crazy.
Yeah.
I was asking you before we started, can you do the thing where you take the words out of the air and beat them up with it?
Again, I did not
But
see
like,
nothing like that.
yeah, you was telling me no, you didn't see it yet. But I'm like that. Just that in and of itself being put into a video game in 2018 when people got so serious,
Yeah.
and it's like, damn, man, you could take the sound effects of you whooping somebody's ass and beat them up with the sound effect. Like what? That's crazy.
Probably it'd be
So
something. I think it'd probably be in it. They again. It looks like a fanfare, the fanfare kind of thing.
yeah, so good on them. I hope it's good. I know Kiryu is gonna be a download skin
Cool.
for that game. If you pre-order it, they just give it to you, which is nice.
Yeah, the game does play just like Yakuza. Menus are just like Yakuza's. Uh,
Which one? Which
the
what does it feel like?
the start menu.
The new no, the new engine? Does it feel like Kiwami 2 or does it feel like
If
0?
it feels like Hawami 2.
Really? Okay. Okay. All right.
No, I'm fresh off of that one.
Yes.
But no, I think it's using Zero's engine.
Oh, really? It's not
Yeah,
using the one go because people don't ragdoll the same way like
yeah,
Kiwami.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then also like the leveling up is the same kind of like Kiwami. It has the dots that you have to
The
connect.
dots. Okay. Okay. Oh,
But
nice. So that oh my goodness. You this game is unlocking potential for there to be like a whole franchise of them being okay. So you know how who is it? Nintendo? No, um, I'm forgetting the name. I know the team that makes it is called Omega Force.
yeah,
Um, Koei.
okay,
Yes. Okay. You know how a few years ago, I want to say 2 to 1, that they were doing work with Nintendo to make warrior style games.
yeah. They did the Zelda, the Hyrule Warriors.
And then they made Dragon Warrior Warriors,
Yeah,
and then they made Berserk Warriors.
yeah.
So this is unlocking the potential for hopefully Sega to take the Yakuza engine to make some beat 'em ups in different universes.
That'd be cool.
I hope because that engine does like I'm thinking this is like the evolution of 3D brawlers because there's not really many of those like brawler,
No,
not action game because Devil May Cry, God of War, that's an action game. It's not a game where you just mash on dudes relentlessly because you can't do that in games like God of War when you get later on
no.
because you'll just get your ass whooped. But yeah, like I hope there's more. So I'm going to support this one.
Upside down.
Yeah, so and definitely I have to remind myself to download the demo. So
Yes, download it. It's fun.
cool, cool, cool.
It was cool. Yeah, I like the way it plays. I can see potential of what it's gonna be. But yeah, like to explain Yakuza in a way that to explain it, I say it's a RPG beat 'em up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That's the most I could actually say it is, because that's exactly what it is. You build your character like a RPG. You eat and build your stats and shit, and
Mm-hmm.
you fight like a beat 'em up.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Like that's a extremely accurate way to fight it because it's simple and it really does just mash those two elements together. And it's like, hey man, if you would like your franchise that is mostly known for one dude whipping people's asses to come to this engine where people like the way people get beat up, then that's just like a marriage made in heaven. So I hope this game sells well too. Like
Yeah,
because I know a lot of people like Fist of the North Star. Like, and I know a lot of people like Yakuza because definitely this is like this. I'm telling you, this is the third brand new game for us
yeah,
within a year. Six, Kiwami 2,
yeah.
and this one. Zero was last year, right?
Zero was last year,
Yeah.
and
So
Kiwami One was last year.
yeah. So we got three brand new from that studio. Yeah, in 1 year.
You might
Um.
have one more too. I think three comes at the end of the year.
Oh, nice. Yes, but that's just showing the power of what they're putting out. They found a market. They found a way to advertise it to people. Because another thing I think that's very important to remember is that I there's no Yakuza commercials, are there, on
No,
TV?
not that I've seen.
And these games are selling a lot compared to what they used to sell, which was like nothing.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the engagement with social media is doing them a good service. I
I think
think
Zero changed a lot of things. Zero like really put something on
a
that.
lot of people's first one, yes.
Yeah,
But again, it's just like, how did they get that out there to the people? Because they number one, they have no commercials on American television. I don't think I've ever even heard of that happening. And number two, I've never seen a poster for a Yakuza game ever. So how the fuck do people know to buy it?
it reviewed really well.
But review like I'm trying to understand where all these fans are coming from because it's been out for what I'm trying to say is even Yakuza 0, it's
Yeah,
a PS I think it's a PS3 game because it was it was a Japan exclusive, I believe.
yeah.
Which is why it kind of looks the way it does. Like it's like if you notice the in-game models, they have
Mhm.
that same Kiryu look from like the PS3 era.
Yeah.
Um so it's just like I wonder who is the power of the games media that like just the internet on only games media is it that powerful now like because there's hardly any we have Game Informer. Nintendo Power is gone, but like the game's not on Nintendo, but like Game Informer couldn't be the one source that made it so spread like wildfire, could it?
Nah, I'm not doing Game Informer. Game Informer is a GameStop fucking magazine. So basically, if they're not paid for reviews half the time, they don't give good reviews.
So like
I think it's all mainly word of mouth and sharing, and pretty
that's
much in
that's
that sense.
powerful. That's
Yeah.
powerful, then. Damn.
Shit, I did on this. I didn't play anything until you started talking about it, and I got them really cheap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
And that
mean,
was my thing, is I got them like dirt cheap. I got them like both under $20, and I
that
was like,
helps.
okay, let me
That
try
helps
it
too.
out.
Yeah,
But
that
then
does help.
you started explaining the story and explaining how the game works, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just play it. So I sat down one day and actually just sat through the story, and I was like, all right, I'm hooked.
Okay, yeah.
And
I mean,
now 3 games later. Yeah,
and I'm just like, damn, that's amazing. That whole thing is amazing. It doesn't have the clout that Streets of Rage has, the buzz around it, and it just people know, and it's selling good. So good on them. Keep
but
making those good
yeah,
games.
especially with Zero, I think Zero was the one that I think Zero is the highest
It's
selling one.
the highest selling, but yeah, but I think Kiwami 2 might end up being everybody's favorite because again, it was mentioned when it came out, but I've seen reviews saying that this might be like one of the best games ever made.
Yeah,
That's pretty high praise to throw in a video game
yeah,
that came out in 2018 that isn't like God of War, that isn't Spider-Man, that isn't, something of that caliber. It's not AAA.
Yeah,
Yakuza's not a AAA franchise.
that's
And
good for Sega.
yeah, but just to see the fans just like, dude, this is my favorite game. Like, what?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Well, I don't have Spider-Man, but I have been playing some stuff that's been getting updates and having new content recently. Um, so this past week, Monster Hunter has had a brand new monster, well, a brand new type of an existing monster added to the game. What they're doing is continuing their series of arc tempered monsters, which is a extremely difficult version of an existing monster. This week, the quest is called the Eye of the Storm, and you fight an arc tempered Kushala Daura. And if you played that game, you know what that is. And most people who, if you haven't, you don't know what the fuck that is. You don't know what that is. That sounds like mumbo jumbo. What a Kushala Daura is it's an actual dragon because Monster Hunter doesn't really use that word too loosely. They call a wyvern
Yeah.
because it doesn't have arms and it doesn't have arms, or it doesn't have four legs is typically what you classify a dragon. Dragon has to have four legs or more. They can have more, but typically it's four. Um, so it's one of those. It's not as big as like the biggest monsters. So it's not as big as like the behemoth that was had a special event last week. Um, but what it does is it flies in the air mainly. It summons tornadoes, which is a pain in the ass. And it shoots ice breath at you, but it has a really cool effect for all that stuff. So the arc tempered version tends to kill players in one hit by charging up an ice blast, which once you get used to seeing it do it a few times, you don't have to stay directly in front of it. Um, what else? They When they arc temper stuff, they typically make the monster not easily abusable. Because after a while, people who play Monster Hunter typically find a way to just abuse a monster so they can do it fast.
Hmm.
Um, and you can't knock it out of the air with the flash bomb, which was typically the way to do it. You would knock it down and beat on the head, and that would stop it from doing the win. Not anymore. So now you have to actually play around that. So people who can negate win for the team, aka hunting horn users, are like gold for that quest because that's a pain in the ass, very annoying. It sets you up to get killed. Which when you die, that makes it less likely that you will succeed because 3 deaths for any quest like this is over. I'm glad they didn't make it 1. That would be that. I can't wait till they do stuff like that. If they start doing challenge quests where it's like, oh yeah, you get a rare item because the arc temperate monsters give you a new version of the armor, which is called Gamma. They shuffle around the sets and stuff, and so far they've all had a visual effect added to it, so that's kind of cool. Again, this is all stuff that's free. Ain't nobody paying for this, but this is just them showing love because 10 million units sold in such a short span of time. That is a record for that company.
That's the top selling Capcom game ever.
Ever sold 2 million on PC because it was at 8 million from console, which is already ridiculous. So damn. And they confirmed the dates of the next event, the next big event, which is going to start, I believe it's in 2 weeks, the 20th. Like, and I also noticed, I think a lot of stuff is happening in the 20th. Like, there's wrestling events happening on the 20th. There's this, I think movie wise, there's supposed to be something coming out on the 20th. Like, what's up with the 20th?
I have no
Is that like the
clue.
start of the fiscal year or some shit? What's
No,
up?
it's the end of the month, I
Is
guess.
that like the fall season? Is that officially the first day of fall or something? No, right?
The 21st is.
The I wonder. So well, anyway, like that's a lot of stuff is starting to go down for Monster Hunter starting 9/20. And that's going to be their big event. And what they usually do when they have the big event is all of the previous event quests are available on starting that day. going until the end, which is, it says here, is 10/4. So
Okay.
that's the October 4th. So that's starting up soon. Again, nonstop content and varied content from this game. Like if you bought in January, you've been given nothing but free stuff up until now. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Other people should take notice. Other directors of their game should take notice. Um, so that's actually a good thing. And the Monster Hunter side, I want to move to Tekken 7, which got a really big update. Their season 2 pass just came out. I want to say it was Tuesday, which I think was, yeah. Was it Tuesday or Friday? The
Uh,
6th, Thursday the 6th.
yeah.
That's when it came out. And so finally, people have got the two most requested characters, Lei Wulong and Anna Williams, so they can please stop crying. They've It's got to a fever pitch with this game. It's kind of a famous thing in the FGC, specifically the Tekken unit, the Tekken corner,
Yeah.
of the fans are just relentless for those two characters, and it legendarily has driven the director of those games. I think his name is Kazuya Harada. I know his last name is Harada. And he has a T-shirt out, and is dedicated to those fans that relentlessly have begged him for years to put them in Tekken 7. And it's called "Don't Ask Me for Shit." And it's hilarious, and it's just a sign of like the times we live in. Just the access that the fans have to the people that make the games now is very, very easy
Yeah.
with Twitter and like their Facebook, because technically you have to have one as a member of, a big team like that, of a big corporation like Namco Bandai. So yeah, it kind of sucks to be somebody like that, but when you have to deal with the onslaught of fan requests and stuff. But good on them, because they could have really just said "fuck you" and we're not making them until the end. But they made them the first two, which is pretty cool. They are actually very good characters. It seems like Lei is very, very he fits really, really good into this game. I know Anna did as well. Like she's not drastically different from how she was in 6, but she is not a clone of Nina. She does not borrow heavily from her moveset. And she was given a lot of new tools. I saw fans are putting up some new tech, and there was something she has, like an EX stance change, I think it is, where like she just avoided whole cloths, like somebody's rage art move,
Okay.
and then, like she just did this, like she did this move that she just has, where she picks a stance and she puts her knee up, and I think she has a few moves from that, and she was completely immune to somebody spending their EX meter on her, which
Okay.
was kind of hilarious. So she's got some tech. There was some videos I saw from people putting up some Lei combos, and he has one ridiculously cheap looking combo where you can just do his, I believe, I don't know the name of the move, but I know the command is forward X, I believe it is, unless they switched it, where he just does a really fast snap kick where he
Yeah.
spins, and you just keep doing that. Like you can do it up to 5 times in a row, and still finish with like some pretty cool damage. Um, and then there's some tech where they can set you up for his unblockable, that no matter which way you roll, forward, backwards, or side, you will be hit in the face, which is pretty funny. It doesn't do a lot of damage because it's not the one where you hold. But I'm like, damn. So it's like day 4, day 2, day 3, and people all like, that's the type of stuff I like to see when a new character comes out. So good. Mission accomplished. People like the characters. I can't wait to see the next one.
Yeah.
So that's basically it for like what's new in the stuff I'm following. Um, so maybe this won't be the longest episode. We talked
Yeah.
a lot at length, spoiler free, about Spider-Man.
Yes. And yeah, I want to play more Spider.
The 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 early what would you call it, prognosis, if you will, from Merc with the Mic is buy it. If you want to buy a system for it, do it. Don't be ashamed. Do it.
This would
But
be
the
a game
early,
by a system for it.
yeah, the early prognosis is, yo, go get it.
Yep.
Go get it now.
Go get it now.
Don't wait. Don't wait for a sale. Get it now. Don't feel left out. Get it.
Yep.
Don't be like me. I'm playing prototype, son. I went backwards. I went backwards in
Like,
time.
I want to climb some buildings. Fuck it. I'll play this game.
It. I ain't got no webs. I'm gonna run up this building.
Oh man. Yeah.
That game holds up. It's not the prettiest, so maybe I don't know if Xbox has the backwards compatibility for that game. I doubt it would. Like, why?
Yeah.
It quickly fell off of people's radar. But a lot of people bought it. That's why they made a part 2. It's not very good. Ugh.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Did you know there was a Guyver suit in that game?
No, I did not.
Towards the end, his powers basically let you turn into the Guyver.
Cool.
That's fucking amazing. But anyway, yeah, go get Spider-Man. What are you doing?
Go pick it up. Go pick it up now.
Yes. Question, Mark, is there going to be any Spider-Man related content on your channel?
I did my first video on Twitch. Yeah, so I'll be running it on Twitch. I'll bring those on YouTube.
They're not giving you problems, right?
No.
Because you know how some games they don't want you to stream story stuff too early.
Yeah, so that's why I'm giving it some time before I go more into it. So I did some stuff on stream. I did like the first 2 stages, which they pretty much show everywhere. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a little bit more time to do the rest.
Nice.
But yeah, it's up there on Twitch. I'll put on YouTube this week.
Nice. So you can catch all that Spider-Man goodness on his Twitch. That's Merc with the Mic.
Yes.
And also catch whatever other gaming playthrough stuff he has on his YouTube, which is also Merc with the Mic.
Yes.
For us, we're going to be putting up some gameplay of. We're still doing Phantasy Star Universe. Boy, there's a part that I'm up to in the game that is extremely questionable and extremely Japanese. There's a character named Lena. She's a beast. They introduced a species of beast called Small Beast. The character Ethan Weber, he's like, I think he's late teens. So what the story tells you in the game is that Lena, who is 3 feet tall, is older than the character Ethan Weber, who is like maybe 6 feet, and he's like 17, 18.
Yeah.
And Lena is in love with another beast who's named Tyler, but I think it's actually pronounced Tyler, but whatever. It's a space name, space variation of Tyler. Tyler is typical human height, beast man. And it's extremely weird to see a full-grown man holding this tiny woman's hand, and they're supposed to be in love. That's extremely Japanese. You know, if you know what I'm saying. She doesn't come off as a grown woman. I'm just putting it that way. You look at the character Lena from Phantasy Star Universe, and she looks like a little girl. There's some weird stuff going on, man. Japan, all right? That's all I'm gonna say. She's not a human, so human law does not apply to her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why? Anyway, that's what I got to go through to finish this game. This is what I forgot about. I forgot about that stuff. Anyway, that's gonna be on the RedCycloneInc YouTube channel. You can check that out. I'm also gonna put that up on Tumblr. You will see the notifications go up on Twitter, and it's going to be on our WordPress blog as well. All of that is RedCycloneInc. We also have Facebook, RedCycloneInc. What else we got? Tumblr, I said. Twitch as well. I don't really do too much Twitch because we in the RedCycloneInc studios don't have the bandwidth to produce adequate Twitch videos, so we don't want you to suffer, is what I'm trying to say. So that's how that goes. But I'm trying to think of a new PS2 game ever to go alongside it. Like I tend to like to do a last gen, current gen, way back when.
Yeah.
So I like to mix it up.
Why don't you do Prototype?
I want to get a feel for it. I'm planning on easy plus. I didn't know that
Okay.
game had a new game plus where you could switch the difficulty, so that's pretty cool.
Okay.
So I might do that. I might do that. I'm not playing that game on hard because I remember the reason I stopped playing that game was because the last boss is cheap as fuck. You're in an aircraft carrier and you got to fight like a giant monster that's like a bigger one of you. Well, he has like your powers. He can jump high, smash hard, punch, all that stuff. He doesn't have the blade arms, but like he's basically like the king of the monster men in that game. Like you, once you see your first monster man, you know what a monster man is, and then he's the king of monster men. And it's just not fair. It wasn't like that was the most chaotic thing I think that was happening at this point in the game. You had the army fighting you, you had the monster men, you had monster minions, and for some reason, like helicopters were shooting like missiles at you, and it makes you fly around, and it's not fun. It's not fun. Maybe, maybe on easy. We'll see. But anyway, I digress. Stay tuned to the RedCycloneInc YouTube and all of our channels and all of our social media. You get the updates on what's going on. Same with Merc with the mic.
Yep.
No excuses. You know the deal.
Yep.
So do it. Do
Always
it.
remember, follow Jenkins.
Sandwiches. He's the king of the sandwiches.
There you go.
Don't let him have one, but he's the king.
He's playing Spider-Man now.
Oh, see? He probably has a sandwich in his lap right now.
He probably does.
Did you hear about Xbox making grease resistant controllers?
About time.
So somebody spring to tell Sony tell them to make a line of grease resistant controllers for the Jenkins.
Yes.
So you can eat sandwiches and play games at the same time.
There you go.
And not make a mess on the controller. All right, y'all. So take it easy.
Peace out. Laters.